preceding was a paid commercial program for Roto Racer, sponsored by Racer Tools, LLC.
Something you ought to know.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Is that today's episode is all about the USBC Masters. I'm still trying to think of what apps I should get for the new tablet I got yesterday. Is it going to start soon? I think we're rolling.
Today, 4 men approach a championship with as much history, as much reverence as any in the sport. A championship that's seen everything from the best there's ever been to the best you've never heard of.
DeeRonn Booker.
Swan songs and final bows.
I know someone who's won this event 4 times.
Proving that great things really do come in threes. And that when the lights are on,
He won 4.
a teenager can become a phenom.
It's 19-year-old Anthony Simonson, the Masters champion.
4 men with a rare opportunity to write the next page in this famed major. To show us we haven't seen everything just yet. 2025 USBC Masters starts now on Fox.
Welcome to the Love Ballad of DeeRonn Booker and Friends.
Our stepladder bracket today sees Bill O'Neill and Justin Knowles in the opening match. Then the winner will play Anthony Simonson. The winner of that has Gary Haynes, the top seed. Gary only has to win
Anthony Simonson. I'm rooting for either Bill O'Neill or Anthony Simonson, but we can't have both of them win, unfortunately, or go to the championship. Because somehow Mr. Knowles, or whatever the heck his name is, or whatever the guy on the top is.
We all think we know who's going to win. Yeah, I mean, it's another major Sunday on the PBA Tour, and the clear favorite going into this afternoon is that man right there, Anthony Simonson.
He's won 5 majors.
To win the Masters, looking for his 4th. That would tie Jason Belmonte all time. But a lingering back injury has been plaguing Simonson all season long. We'll see how the back holds up today. But just like in 2024, there is somebody at the top of the step ladder we don't know much about. It's going to be very interesting. Yeah, Gary Haynes is looking to do exactly what DeeRonn Booker did last season. He is the last undefeated player in the tournament, and Gary has not 1, but 2 games if necessary to capture a major. Let's see how the nerds hold up today under the bright lights of the PBA Tour.
Bill, I don't think he's ever won this event before. No, he hasn't.
Man, he really did. He was very impressive yesterday, delivering an 8-bagger en route to his win over Dom Barrett. And make no mistake about it, today he will be the fan favorite. And next to you, he's the most popular guy in the building. He's standing by with Kimberly Pressler.
Justin, so you are the hometown crowd guy. You have over 40 people here that came in just to see you and root you on. And last night they were even chanting your name. And this is the first major step ladder final that you have made. So how are you going to use the excitement of this crowd to your advantage?
I feed off the energy. It's like a symbiote, man. Whatever they do, I react to it. And it seems like whatever I do, they react to it.
Now, you saw in the Open that they said that Anthony Simon is the favorite to win here. What are your thoughts on that?
There's probably about 100 people in here that would disagree, but, I mean, what do you guys think?
Good luck to you today.
Thank you.
All right, Justin Knowles, a confident man, and you know what? After the way he bowled yesterday, I don't blame him one bit for being confident. And you know, Bill O'Neill has the quiet confidence, but major championship experience. Bill owning 3 of them. This isn't one of them.
Anthony's won this event before. Bill O'Neill won 2 Players' Championships and the World Championship.
About an hour away in Michigan, where Justin is living.
repeat pattern. We'll get into that in just a moment or two.
And the start we kind of expected with Justin. This is what yesterday looked like if you watch. And let's just be clear. There's odds-on favorite and hometown favorite, right? Make no mistake about it. Justin is the fan favorite here. But when you've won the Masters 3 times, I would think the odds-on favorite would be Simonson.
Oh, there's no doubt about
Yeah.
that. Thinking that Simonson's not the favorite might be incorrect. Now, however, you're somebody who would have something to say about that. And we saw that ball yesterday in his second game. And a little wraparound for the 6.
Missed one of these yesterday to make it very interesting.
He had a day.
He did.
It is something to his resilience and the luck of the game sometimes that he is here today bowling. What are we talking about? We're talking about our whole TV highlights, Randy. 2 close calls for this man.
Yeah, he left that 7-10 there when he could have doubled to shut out Bailey, and then Bailey leaves that 10-pin, and Bill sneaks by him, and then Bill just needs to cover that for the win.
Yeah, that's it.
Grandpa could have struck out to tie, instead he leaves a solid 8.
Randy!
Before we miss 10 pin, don't forget Bill Brooklyn did a strike.
Yep. He had a day.
And also, one more thing after shot, which is a little, there he goes again. What I was going to say is the other thing that really helped him was Bailey Maverick. 2 things. One, a 2.
Yeah.
And a foul.
Yeah, he got 2 on a double, so he lost all that count, and then he did foul.
He fouled in the second frame. If that foul never happens, Bailey Maverick could be on the show today. Take a look at Justin Knowles' arsenal.
Going with Excel.
I tell you what, he could have thrown a marble yesterday. It didn't seem to matter. The reaction he got was unreal.
Both great. Spare and then 8 in a row.
Spare than 8 in a row. Strike then.
Are you kidding me?
That's not what you were looking for.
But not both. Solid 8-10.
Walter Red.
Yeah, no doubt.
What is the spider
Remember,
doing?
my game was 217 before Justin cranked 250.
I've took out the 7 and somehow missed the 8.
Let me go for 1, no.
Better early than late.
Well, if any of the pros on today's show bowl a perfect game, everyone in America can receive a free game of bowling courtesy of Go Bowling.
We're not going to have that happen today, though.
Sign up for the Go Bowling Free America promotion.
Tell you what, this guy's been getting better and better each year. I think his game looks as good as ever. His ball roll is much better. He's been working on more forward roll.
Split with the 8 and 9, split in half by his bowling ball.
Again, watch this roll. His hands up the back, and he's really trying to catch it. A lot of power going through those pins.
Looking for his first national title. Bill O'Neill looking for his 16th.
And it would be his first major.
Good reaction there for O'Neill, but that might have been a little wide right.
Well, he got that GB5 solid to come around the corner nicely on that right lane. See the rangefinder down lane. A couple boards right of that.
But yeah, DeeRonn Booker was on The Price is Right. And then on Easter last year, which was when the Masters was held.
That's one.
Welcome to the PBA Hall of Fame.
To get here. Wow. And that time he didn't get a break on the lighter, but yeah, those of you who may not be familiar with this format, this is a little bit of a different and a very demanding tournament. You have qualifying first, then the top 63 plus the defending champion are sent into match play brackets, and there is what is called a contenders bracket. Once you lose a game, that's where you spend a lot of time.
Contender bracket purgatory.
Perfect name for it.
Once you lose a game, you spend all your time on the...
Justin Knowles down early, so we got 390 here in Allen Park. 15 games of qualifying. That's not so bad. But this is where it gets to be, to me, chutes and ladders, because you just never know who you're going to get. And this is why this is, a lot of bowlers will tell you this is the most difficult of the majors to win. Some can argue the U.S. Open, but that double elimination format means if you're going to, only one guy's undefeated, that's the #1 seed, Gary Haney. Everybody else here is taking a loss.
He did, Mike. Lucky to get 8.
Yeah, it's not coming back from that part of the lane on either side.
Remember yesterday he started kind of nervously and he made a spare and he settled down after that.
Well, he spared in the first frame and then rung off 8 in a row. He never once looked uneasy. Got some really nice hits. Saw some messengers coming across, taking the 7 out.
Where'd that go?
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at today's oil pattern, and it's a unique one. It's powered by Kegel. It's the USBC Masters pattern 44.
And designed by Nick Hoagland, 44 feet in length. You can see the hourglass shape there. So the key, #1, is to get the ball through the front part of the lane consistently so that you can get it to the break point consistently. And players tend to start a little bit farther to the outside part of the lane, try to break that down to give themselves something to throw into. And there's Justin's road, not near as long. Not near as long a list. But again, so much of the format here with who you get on what pair of lanes, at what time.
Bill O'Neill was the #1 qualifier and immediately tumbled into that bracket.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Good on that. We saw
Now he's back in.
He lost his opening match. Spent the rest of his tournament life in loser's bracket purgatory.
Timing thing or what? Just terrible. Man.
Got a handful of that one, and the ball goes right by the 9 pin.
I guess you take comfort in it was a good shot. Razor margin.
Come on, 10 for 10 on the 10 pins, and we get all of our great stats each and every week from our dear friends at Lane Talk. You want to be a better bowler, throw more strikes, increase your average? Head on over to lanetalk.com and download the free app.
Let's see how he comes back from this shot.
Again, breaking, no way.
Now, wait a minute.
And now the towel's getting handed back over to...
That's something I don't think you saw coming when that ball hit the pins.
Again, like Justin Knowles goes just a pinch high and then leaves
And now
the split where it could have been
the
just
spotlight goes back to Justin. Pick somewhere to stay for once.
Taking a run at it.
No.
But just a little bit off.
I've made that IRL before, not on camera though.
Both players have had some struggles. Both players have also thrown great shots. They're fighting for a chance at a major championship. Expect anything will happen here on Fox.
Now it's time for a commercial break. Charlie, go in the door.
Go.
Charlie, go in the door. Charlie, go in the door.
Red Bull gives you wings.
The PBA on Fox is sponsored by the United States Bowling Congress. The USBC is working together to build a future for the sport of bowling at all levels. Visit bowl.com today to find out more. In a tense match here, match number 1, Anthony Simonson takes on the winner. At the top of the step ladder is Gary Haynes, and someone's going to have to beat Gary twice, so Gary will capture his first national title, and it'll be a major.
Gary has to be beaten twice.
And Justin Knowles on this right lane hasn't been good the first 2 efforts.
He got a Brooklyn strike. That's the same thing Bill O'Neill did to get his first strike.
Designer friend Marcy Stark to make a logo to put on his jersey, and she came back with a design of an outline of a sword and shield, but it's really a bowling pin and his initials. So Justin told us the moment he saw it, he fell in love with it and knew he needed to make a tattoo out of it.
It's kind of cool.
It's got some nice ink.
Also, it's a 5-pin lead after a double, and that's his first strike on that right-hand lane where he will be finishing.
Look at it, the 15 leaves a split.
Likes that lane a lot. Yeah, he's made some great shots on that left lane. They've all struck, and that right lane, the bad break in the second, flags the head pin, and then goes Brooklyn. So, as you mentioned, he will be finishing this match on that right lane. Thought possibly Bill would make a ball change, but he's staying with the same one he started with.
And look out! Trip it! Trip it good!
That ball's pushing way down the lane. It almost looks like it's too
He's not
clean.
doing well.
Things up the front nicely, so it stores energy longer, and then when it does come off the end of the pattern, it's pretty sharp. And that was almost disastrous.
What's the alternative if something is too clean? It sounds like dirty, but obviously that's not the right word.
Don't miss it.
You go to a slower
Good
ball,
job.
maybe surface.
Okay.
Come on, make a move.
So what will that move be? What in Bill's mind is the move he needs to make?
Lock and load.
Shot was a couple boards left and a little bit slower.
Or he might at first say, come on, make a move. Now, let's see what that... Yeah, it could mean a lot of things.
There you go. How long will it take DeeRonn Booker?
Bill has inched his way more towards the center part of the lane, a little softer speed. Now he needs some help. Knowles struggled on this right lane.
Whoopsie.
Oh, this lane is no fun.
If I remember, that lane yesterday was a little tougher on left-handers. Nate Stubler had a particularly difficult time yesterday on this right lane. And the same thing is happening to Knowles. He did get a strike in the 6th frame, but it's been a struggle otherwise.
No. No, he did.
Stubler never struck on that lane yesterday.
That right there was your clean wipe. Presented by Dude Wipes.
That could have been disastrous. Instead, he covers the 2-4-7 to maintain a 12-pin lead here in the ninth. O'Neal working on that strike.
He didn't like that shot either. Yeah.
Lock things down, and instead he washes out.
Not very good. Not a very good shot.
Looking at himself getting shut out.
Then cut it into the 4-7.
Choppy chopped.
Lost count. Yeah, that's
Just
it.
lost rhythm.
Well, that's it.
Absolutely.
Good yesterday.
That's pretty much it.
His rhythm was good. He was repeating shots, and today it's a different game. And it just takes one errant shot for the brain to just go, okay, well, don't do that again, and then you overcompensate.
But remember, the trials and tribulations of Bill O'Neal yesterday were pretty colorful. He just needs to make one good swing right here.
One good swing.
That is one good swing. That was pretty good.
That's pretty much all but over. Circle, circle.
And you can see the lines there migrating in.
Come on. 16, 10th grade.
His late father used to tell him, follow your process, your pre-shot routine. It's good things to think about, especially in crunch time.
15 pins to fill to advance to match against Anthony Simonson, 3-time USBC Masters champion. Are you kidding me? Second time it's happened to him.
It's all 9-pin.
I guess if you look at the bright side, there's no 7-pin with it. Really good toss by O'Neal. Made the move and executed nicely the last couple of shots. Remember the 7-pin in the 7th. Surrounded by
Spare.
double.
This time,
Yeah.
he makes the spare. They just need 6 to move on.
Nice way to hype up the crowd, Justin. He lost. He's losing this. Unless this goes 4 through the middle.
Uh-oh.
So he's
Brooklyn
3
strike.
for 3 in Brooklyn. Oh my goodness, 2 days. Is that going to be enough to beat Anthony Simonson in a one-game sword fight, however? That's the question we're going to find out in a few minutes. Justin Knowles going to clean things up here. Justin's best appearance in a major in 2025.
Text Chad, see if he'll let me get a practice shot.
So the question, I guess, for Bill and his reps, do you change equipment? Is there something else that can be done to get a little bit better? A couple of those, I mean, let's face it, looked like great shots and they got solid 9s.
Yeah, that last shot, the Brooklyn was obviously a big yank. The fourth quarter, that was pretty good.
I don't know what the hell to do with the ball. It's like the right amount of pins to throw it down the middle. But I also wanted to see a shape. And then I got there. No, I just got there.
Well, just a note for a lot of folks. And now celebrating an outstanding USBC Masters for Justin Knowles. Now our stepladder, Bill O'Neal, stepping up to take got Anthony Simonson, the three-time USBC Masters champion. He shares that bench with a great Hall of Famer, Mike Albee. The next bench, Jason Belmonte is sitting there, and Simonson will try to join him. He's going to have to win 3 times in order to do it.
We'll see what happens. A Dodgers and Phillies game. Wow. I wonder how that's gonna go. The Love Ballad of DeeRonn Booker.
Welcome back to Fox and the USBC Masters. Remember last year, March 31st, Suncoast Bowling Center in Vegas? DeeRonn Booker, undefeated in the 64-player double elimination bracket. He became the #1 seed, of course, and then defeated Patrick Dombrowski by 30 pins in the championship final for his inaugural PBA title, becoming the 3rd career African-American bowler to win a PBA major championship. And DeeRonn made a pretty good run at this year's Masters as well before he was eliminated. Other finishers, we saw Grandpa and Don Barrett yesterday, along with Bailey Maverick and Nate Stubler. EJ Tech and Gardner made another show. How about young Brandon Bone?
Anthony Nyer
doing so well. And there's DeeRonn in 13th position, Kyle Troop. Jorge Rodriguez Rosas looked great as well, and some veteran names there in the 17th position, including Tom Smallwood, Matt Russo, and many, many more. And we welcome you back to our broadcast location, joined now by multiple Hall of Famer Chris Barnes, next to multiple Hall of Famer Randy Peterson.
Multiple Hall of Famer.
Last match. Once again, Bill O'Neill seems to be skating on that thin ice.
Yeah, I thought he was in big, big trouble there, but Justin could never figure out the right lane. Bill, as it went on, moved further and further left, got to the part of the lane he's got most of his pins this week and where he's most comfortable. I think he's going to be a little bit of a handful, but it's still Anthony's, I think, to take. Yeah, it's a 2-handful in the case of Simonson, Randy. You watched him warm up today. We saw him bring out a variety of bowling balls. Do we have any idea what he's going to do? Yeah, no, because he's walks on tour. He can do just about anything he wants with a bowling ball. But I think the bottom line, guys, and I think Chris will agree
just about
with this,
anything he wants with a bowling ball.
He's
going to violate that thing, isn't he? No, I'm sorry, that came out of nowhere.
Catch a couple of breaks and make your spares. That's who's going to win this event.
Yeah, he certainly caught a couple of breaks. Bill has 3 Brooklyn strikes over 2 days, Chris. I know that would drive you nuts if you had to go against that, but...
Chris, it would drive Chris? No.
I'm sorry. Never mind. So, is there something you would tell Bill? Is it an equipment thing, or is Randy just throw it better?
I think he just has to get comfortable. He's moved that first game. He moved the whole time. He finally got into that part of the lane where I think he's really good at. I thought he missed a little bit left the first one, the 10th at 9 pin. He's going to bowl a much better game. Whether he can strike enough will be key. But Simons is going to play that 12-13 range, play really straight. It's going to be one of 3 or 4 balls, whichever one looks best for him. And you know, he's one of the best executors in the game. Yeah, Chris, do you like the move that Bill made? Do you think he's going in the right direction? I do think he's in the right direction for him. I don't know how long it'll last, but I do think that's where he needs to be if he's going to have a chance against Simonson.
Well, as we said earlier, this USBC Masters is considered by many bowlers to be the toughest test of all the majors. And so in this edition of Pressing Questions with Kimberly Pressler, presented by Go Bowling, she asked why the Masters so special.
Andrew, what makes the Masters so unique?
Yeah, one, I love that tournament. Obviously my first major win ever. But I would say that the most unique thing is it's kind of 2 tournaments in one. You bowl 15 games of qualifying, and then the next tournament actually begins.
Once qualifying's done, it's a 64-man bracket. It's just you, the lane, and the other guy.
Big bracket like that gives that March Madness type feel. The top 64, you know, three game total, double elimination. Anybody can win it.
Definitely the hardest tournament to win, but it can also be the easiest tournament to win based on your draw.
David, what do you feel makes the Masters so unique?
Just the amount of bowlers that show up to it. It sells out
what
every
makes
year.
the USBC Masters the USBC
anybody
Masters?
can bowl and just pay your entry, so you can be one of the touring pros, or you can be a local guy who lives down the road from the place.
You got so many different people, so many different styles, playing different parts of the lane.
Belmo's won this event 4 times.
The best players tend to find it to be the hardest, and I think it's the format that allows the most range of players a chance to win.
And do you like this format?
Love it. I think it's the hardest to win, the easiest to win. It's just,
Red
I think
pack.
it's the best format we have.
Do you like this format?
Well, I've won 4 of them, so I would say yeah, I like it.
Do you like this type of format?
I like it more now that I'm more than one of the guys in the middle than I was when I was the guy at the top. I led it 3 times and lost all 3 times in the finals, so I didn't like that part very much.
Wow, Randy, Chris didn't forget that part, did he? Hey, at least you roasted yourself. I mean, I give you credit for that.
Well, I had a little help. Walter Ray whacked me twice with 290 and 268, and then Fagan gave me 240.
Walter Ray always showing off.
Yeah.
What do you think, Randy? Is this the hardest one to win?
I think I agree with the guys. It's the hardest and the easiest. I mean, you get in the right part of the bracket, you get the right guys at the right time, and you can win this tournament. But if you're on the other side of that fence, brutal.
Well, the math says Gary Haynes only has to win 1 game, and Anthony Simonson and Bill O'Neill, they're going to have to win 3. Is the math right? Does Gary Haynes have the big advantage, or do you have major champions going after the USBC Masters with the edge and experience? Simonson going for number 4. His first step is next.
Either he wins or... Did you just pay with PayPal? Someone's committing credit card fraud today. Simpsons.
Television domination, all new tonight on Fox.
It's fucking real!
So you're going to love being in Michigan. You're going to love being in this building here at the USBC Masters. The Scribble Arena, the Thunderdome, and historic...
I want Anthony Simonson to win a 4th one.
It's actually 2 bowling centers in one. You have this arena, and you have next door. The PBA is always proud of it. Bowling centers and Lakers, the official charity of the tour. Today's BBL Salute to Veterans. We do welcome retired U.S. Navy E6 Curtis Evans, who served for 21 years. Thank you, Mr. Evans, for your service. And we do urge you to go to bbl.org to donate.
Your service
Anthony,
is
you
a
are
service.
Masters Championship, and you actually won in this building as well. So how do you use your past experience to make it number 4 today?
Bowling on a different pair than we have previously, but I do have some experience across these couple lanes. We're going to go out, try to make 10 good shots, and see where it takes us.
Now, we talked earlier in the season that you were struggling with back injuries. Can you give us an update on that?
Yeah, I've been seeing a few different physical therapists throughout the week. I think I've been worked on like 5 times in the last 13 days. We go home for a week. I've got 3 PT sessions scheduled. We're feeling significantly better, so we're going to go out there and give it a run.
Good luck to you today.
All right. Thank you, Kimberly. Bill O'Neill, Hall of Famer. Anthony Simonson may have his own wing in the Hall of Fame the way he's been going. Bill will start on the left lane.
Let's see.
Based on our first match, I don't see a distinct advantage one lane or the other for O'Neill in that opening 202 game that he posted. Chris, did you see something different? No, I think the only thing that's really different about him is the carry on the right lane's harder. I think he had an easier time getting the pocket on that
Let me
lane,
get
he didn't
one.
mow much. More of that's even from yesterday even than today. There he is, right in the zone that Chris talked about when we were on camera. He's going to play that little slot right there. Chris, we used to call that the track. What do you call it today? Yeah, it's still the track. And it's still just there between second and third arrow right there. He's actually not as straight as he was a lot of time in the matches.
It's a back injury and a torn ACL.
Has done up to now. So it's still called the track. Still called the track. Good. Thanks. Take a look at his arsenal going with Alpha Crux. And again, we see the players using very strong equipment.
He's going to take a timeout. Normally you have 25 seconds to shoot. And depending on the tournament, you either get fined, warned, or several different little punishments. But you know what? He's loved this tournament. 2016, look at him. Boy, Ben Woodland, just outside of Indy. He goes 8 for 9 in the first 9 frames and beats Dan McClellan, and he leaves a 4-pin here. And he was 19 years, 39 days old then.
back in the day when the lanes got really
He
difficult,
was very young.
right? And the more in front you can keep your trajectory, the better off you were, as opposed to trying to cross a lot of boards. Chris, you see the same thing? Still the same thing. The strategy changed a little bit. The rip rates are so high that your thing becomes the way to do that same thing. It hooks early enough you can have a little angle left to right, but control the back part of the lane.
There's something we need to remind you of, and we'll probably say this a couple more times. The winner of this match is going to have to beat Gary Haynes twice. All Haynes has to do is win one game, and he is the USBC Masters champion.
Either Haynes wins again and becomes the champion,
Randy's going in the USBC Hall of Fame May 7th.
Yeah.
With a very distinguished class. And congratulations to you for that. It is deserved, and I know a lot of bowling fans are happy about it. And this event, of course, run by the USBC, the governing body of the game. They set the rules. They're the principal.
Yeah, special thanks to USBC and not only for myself, but all of the other inductees that are going in, Tom Clark and Shannon and Brian Goebel, and I know I'm missing someone. I'll think of it in a sec, but yeah, it's a huge honor. I get to double up with the likes of the guy sitting next to us.
he didn't like that. Not a broken strike this time.
I guess the question, and I'll take a volunteer from the audience here, why is he going Brooklyn so often?
Because he's afraid of throwing it to the right. Yeah, once you 210 once, you're not going to throw it over there, but
it's because he's Bill O'Neill.
Players do is they'll get a little forward, that shoulder will come in front, and then it's just offline. There's no
He shot a 289 in the PBA playoffs once.
Pattern like this, one left in the front, turns into three pretty quick. Hey guys, just looking at that last inductee going in, Keith Hamilton. So yeah, looking forward to it. It's going to be a great event, and again, special thanks to Chad Murphy, USBC, for the honor.
See, Simonson was marching along as the number 2 qualifier. In fact, these are the 1 and 2 qualifiers right here. Bill was first, Anthony was second, and then he ran into Gary Haynes. And that was that. It was the number 2 seed.
There you go. You know, I've always been amazed that there's Chad Murphy on the right, Tom Clark, the commission on the left. Chris, I've always been amazed at what Anthony Simonson can do with a bowling ball. Even though he's a two-hander, high-rev guy, he's able to shove the ball through the front part of the lane, unlike other two-handers that we watch. I think that's where he separates from the other two-handers, is he likes to push the ball down the lane. When they took away weight holes, he struggled to get his ball to hook enough. And so, even though his rev rate's 500, he's able to get the ball very long on a line, even with reactive, which a lot of the other guys can't.
Let me get one.
So Bill has to be 5 further left because of how much more his ball is hooking in the front, right 15, 20 feet, versus Simonson get it to that first tracer, and it's still on a line. And it's almost on that same line past the second tracer. An immense amount of touch, and that's really where he separates from the other two-handers, really, and one-handers on tour.
O'Neill fights right back.
Come on, same way.
Hey, PBA All-Star Weekend is coming up, by the way, in Wisconsin. One-handers versus two-handers.
Wow.
And the list is stunning. And it just so works out that the top 10 players in points are all going to be there. It's 5 one-handers.
And then the strike derby.
Unbelievable Baker format that's going to be. That's a great weekend.
Guess who lost his shit over that one?
The PBA Junior National Championships, then the PBA All-Star Weekend presented by Cubic AMF, noon Eastern Saturday, and the Strike Derby Sunday at noon Eastern, all on FS1.
Mission failed.
just having a hard time getting it online on that left lane.
And he's still winning. And that's the amazing thing about here, that Bill is still finding ways to win. Getting a little help, of course, from the opponent from time to time, but he's still around.
Chris, do you go for the conversion or the count?
Conversion.
He's going for conversion. He's going to mess up. That's a whole bunch of count you're losing, and that's the game.
Yeah, with the single pin being over there, I mean, you could go for the 2, but it is makeable. Left a lot of them this week. A lot of guys have made them this week.
And I would say, Randy, in some defense, that look who you're going against. I think you have to roll the dice a little bit.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I gotta plug my computer back up. Dang. That was rough.
Yeah. He's bringing the heat. He's going straighter than O'Neal, so with that, he has to have extra ball speed to keep it on line. You consider that a very good break, Chris. No, not a great break. It was close enough to strike, but on the other hand, at the arrows, if he said, well, that still hit the pocket, I'd say he'd be encouraged moving forward. Now, with that being said, does that not give him further confidence on the right lane, knowing he can miss a little bit left? 100%. This is when he's at his scariest, because he's got enough touch to get it back from a little further right around that tracer. Now, if he can miss inside of that and get a little hold.
See what Anthony's done this year in major championships. He does not have a 2025 victory. Look how those lines line up into one perfectly blended line. Anthony Simonson looking to be in pretty sharp form. Bill O'Neal trying to find what the real deal is here at the U.S.
Trying to find what the real deal is. The 3-4-7 shot in the highlight reel. It's either Haynes gets defeated twice or game over.
And back in action, Bill O'Neal, hands on hips, trying to figure out how he can make up a 16-pin deficit to Anthony Simonson. He's been clean through 6 here at Stroble Arena. The winner of this will get into a situation with Gary Haynes, the #1 seed, where they're going to have to beat the #1 seed twice to claim the major championship.
Beat the #1 seed twice or lose. That's your choice.
So let's get out on the floor, lane side with PBA champion and tour rep Mike Wolf. Mike, what did you discuss with Bill during the commercial break?
Just got to stay ahead of the transition. He's rushed on a couple shots, so just needs to settle in, get his feet underneath him, and he'll be all right.
All right, Mike, thanks. Rush, he's talking about the 25-second shot clock, and it starts as soon as your ball comes out of the ball return. His routine is putting him right up against it on that left lane.
My ball stuck in the, went back in the ball return. Stop the shot clock.
Towards Simonson's way.
5 out of those 7 have been as good as shots as he's thrown over the 2 days. Just the 2 shots on the left lane that got offline in the front, really got him a little off balance.
Yeah, the left lane is where O'Neal had that 3-4-7 that he converted nothing of. And that's kind of sitting there.
He converted nothing.
Weighing him down just a touch. Mixer.
That's gonna give him the short end of the stick.
I hear you, Anthony.
I think we were all surprised.
Oh, dirty shaker 4.
Yeah.
Normally the head kick comes right off the wall and it just pirouettes around it.
Well, he had a little trouble in his match against Haynes. He missed one of these. Well, Anthony also had some strategy to discuss during the break.
I mean, I'll make this shot, but if it kind of breaks off again, I'll just scoot back ahead. That's all I did on the right lane.
Okay.
I didn't really want to move. I
me to lay there. You want to stay right.
I am always amazed at how fine this sport can be.
A half. That's half an inch.
Unbelievable.
That's half an inch. He moves half an inch. He gets a 6 pin off of that. You actually can do one thing when you get him, that's turn your phones on silence.
Can't do it on this
Silence.
It's too flat.
One fucking thing, man.
Yeah, that left lane, same thing that Bill has had on that lane. Not as much hold on the left lane. He can get to the pocket and carries much better, but harder to get it there. When he was talking about that half, I felt like he was talking about the right lane because he's had a little, you know, the one that's super high flush. And maybe he moved a little left there and that was a shaker. But when he referenced the right lane, it's
right, and then he left the 4-pin on the left lane, so that's why we were kind of stuck in trying to figure out which lane he was talking about.
Bill O'Neill, if you take a look at those max scores, 243, 228. See what happened in the PBA playoffs when Bill won.
Watch and learn. No.
Oh no! And I heard Chris say something about the 210 a few minutes ago.
he knew early. He needed that one to get up. It was really on.
And now Bill O'Neill gets the short end of the stick.
We'll see if he can fly that 2 over.
No.
Ball speed was the same as location. Theirs was the same. And it's still 210s.
And all of a sudden, Anthony Simonson takes the advantage. Round 1 of the college basketball crown starts tomorrow on FS1 with Utah against Butler at 3 Eastern. George Washington versus Boise State at 5:30. Nebraska and Arizona State at 8:30. And then Washington versus Georgetown and Washington State actually at 11. College basketball crown tomorrow on FS1.
His reaction was that I think he missed it at the bottom. Because, you know, we have great numbers here, and they look perfect. And again,
No.
Wow. Well, that you can see by the graphic there.
That'll do him then, I think.
Skids all the way by it.
So is he trapped in this
Lucky.
situation, guys, you talked about, where if he...
Once he makes this, he's got a good chance.
Right. Now we see why he's worried about going too far.
Yeah, and I think that's what happens when you see the players miss left, and when the body feels like you can't miss an inch to the right, you're going to tug a lot of shots. And I think Chris is spot on. The right lane, I think he missed it at the bottom because the numbers.
You can kiss your 4th major opportunity goodbye.
Around the corner, which tells us that
That's Anthony Simonson gets a.
I think he got it, but it was obviously right on target.
Well, the last shot went high. He's trying to make sure he gets it over there. Yeah. You have to trust in that situation. You're in a must-strike situation, and then it pushes all the way by.
Yeah.
Strike for Simonson here would just about tidy.
Not quite.
To work for it.
But again, straighter is greater when they're hard. And
that's what she said. I'm sorry.
You know,
I'm sorry. That was the worst thing I said.
The balls that have gone down the last couple of games, right? And I think Simonson's game plan was exactly what Chris talked about in our on-camera, where he's going to just try to shove it right into the track and keep it on line.
So using an older ball that's a little bit smoother, all the kind of things to go along with his tool bag.
All that has to be done is a good shot here.
That same track area and just trap it in that zone.
He's like 6 pins and he can lock it out. Yep, 6 pins to shut out Bill O'Neill.
He couldn't use on the PBA Tour, but would be USBC approved. That option is there. I'm not saying he's done it, but you know, this being under the auspices of the United States Bowling Congress. Oh wow! Wait a minute.
Just enough.
You got enough.
Well, I'm not sure either one of you guys have won too many games with big fours.
In the 10th?
In the 10th?
Usually it doesn't happen.
Those Hall of Fame rings you guys get to carry around would indicate.
Go for the second one on TV, Anthony.
here's a test. He's going to use it. Going a stronger ball, something that might let him move a little to the left and see if it gives him. Do you think he'd just do that on the left leg, Chris? Stay the course on the right lane?
You're still losing even if you get that one.
Have another one? Yeah, one more. But given that Bill has a better reaction on the right lane from inside of where Simonson's at, I would say he will.
The lanes have gotten hard. I don't think there's any question about it, but
as it should be for a major.
Yep. You're not going to get any arguments here. From either one of us, I am sure. Who's going to adjust the best? And don't forget, now a left-hander enters the picture.
Thank you. Who's going to adjust and execute the best? You would think the advantage would go to that guy. Yeah. Most experience. Most wins not named Almani in this event. To beat anybody twice is really difficult work. Yep. Great week by O'Neill.
Yeah, tremendous week for Bill O'Neill. #1 overall qualifier is going to finish in 3rd place. And there he is, Gary Haynes. Is he the 2025 version of DeeRonn Booker, the bowler we didn't know much about, who goes on to become the USBC Masters champion? All he has to do is win one time, but look who he's going to bowl against. Gary Haynes, the lefty from New York, against Anthony Simonson from Vegas, coming up for the top.
Gary Haynes. DeeRonn Booker's Love Ballad. That commercial's getting very fucking annoying to me! Hamburger help. Cheeseburger help! This is where it all ends.
Go bowling. For friends and family fun, log on to gobowling.com to find a center near you. Registration for the 2025 PBA LBC National Championships is now open to bowlers of all skill levels. The PBA LBC National Championships returning to the Chicago area and includes a division for everyone, competing in singles and optional doubles if you like, and team events. Even combine your scores with the pros. Enter today at pba.com. Well, it's time for the frame of the game, presented by Beatbox and the struggles of Bill O'Neill, Randy.
Yeah, it came down to the 8th and 9th frame, back-to-back open frames for O'Neill, starting there in the 8th with the 210 and then the 2-4-8-10, and that was pretty much it.
That was the frame of the game presented by Beatbox, the ultimate party in a box. Beatbox, what's your flavor? And we do invite you to please enjoy responsibly. All right, guys, we have Gary Haynes on television for the first time against a guy who's been on television more than we have been, practically. What was your first time on TV like when you bowled?
Well, I was the top seed in Albuquerque, and I shot all of about 160-something. So, yeah.
Can you top that?
I can sure relate. Tucson, Arizona, David Ozio, 157.
Alrighty then. So what is possibly going through his mind? We don't know Gary Haynes that well.
I packed his croutons
earlier this week. So what's going through the guy's head like?
I mean, right now he's trying to keep what's inside from coming outside. Right? It's those first few shots where you try to get your legs underneath you, and you just try to remember to breathe.
Well, let's see if he's standing upright.
You know, everybody handles it differently. There's no telling this guy could come out and just be lights out, or it could be a really long 2 games for him.
Well,
you just never know.
Let's find out what he's thinking, because Kimberly Presser may have the questions right now.
Thanks, Dave. So, Gary, you told us in pre-show interviews that nerves were going to be your biggest challenge today. So how do you keep the emotions in check?
I'm trying to just enjoy the show, right? I already feel like a winner that I'm here, right? So, I'm not bowling for my livelihood, right? So I can relax a little bit. I'm already going on with money. Am I bowling 1 game or 2? I feel like that's it. That's all it is.
Now, you did all of your qualifying over in the main bay, but now we are in the arena. I saw you take some practice shots. How different is your strategy over here?
It's not much different. I think me and Justin broke the pair down decently. It's going to be more getting my feet under me, making good shots. When I make good shots, the look is there.
Well, I know you have some practice left, so I'll let you get to it. Good luck today.
All right, Gary, good luck. Thanks for taking the time. But with Kimberly, of course, guys, unfortunately for Gary, he's not bowling me. He's bowling Anthony Simonson, who has a game under his belt.
Yeah, I mean, Chris, for me, it's 2-0 enough for Simonson in 2 games. Is 2-0 enough? Because right now the lanes look extremely difficult. But is 2-0, 2-10, is that going to be enough for Simon to win this again?
If Gary has the same look that Justin had in the right lane,
Yeah.
it would be enough. But I do think it's probably 2-10 the first game, and then it's probably take a little bit more after that.
Yeah, the right lane has been difficult for left-handers over these last couple of days, so we'll see how Haynes can conquer that. If he can conquer that, he could be your new USBC Masters champion. He only has to win 1. Simonson has to double that in order to take his 4th USBC Masters. The fight is on. You'll see it next on Fox.
Let's go, Anthony Simonson.
Let's just get a closer look.
Do not use Miralax. That shit makes me throw up. Use Miralax instead.
This is a major championship that has seen greatness across decades.
That's why he's the best that ever lived.
That has produced the unimaginable.
The youngest ever to win a major.
Jason Belmonte will hoist the trophy for the 3rd straight time. The unforgettable.
He's going 300 games partner go.
10 final frames to make history. The master.
It's either you make history or you do 20 frames and lose.
Now on Fox.
Well, that man there in the background will hoist that trophy in the foreground for a record-tying 4th time. Or will it be Gary Haynes taking a national championship, his very first? It would be a major. Here's Gary seated. Simonson's going to start. These are the 2 who met a couple of days ago to determine the number 1 seed.
That's his first one.
And Haynes won. So he has 1 game for $100,000. Simonson will have to beat him twice. That looks like a ball change.
That is. Phase 2.
He started on the left. Is that the same ball he tried to use on the left foot? No, that's not.
Hey guys, just to drop something. You know, about 20, 21 years ago, this event was held at Miller Park. The finals.
I know where you're going with this.
Danny Wiseman won it, and it was the first time we were ever in a baseball stadium. I think I was up in the rafters some mile and a half away calling the action. Yeah, it was great.
And Danny still wears those shirts today. Gary Haynes, first shot on TV.
No.
He gets a trip four.
Chris and I, we watched all the batting practice and warm-ups. He's trying to say all the right things. He's trying to be loose. He was just playing it low-key during match play. And it's all great. It's just not real.
No.
I mean, it's different. Even in the Masters, to make it here is just different than when you're standing up here. Now there's 200-300 people in the building, the lights, the cameras, and nothing is louder than the silence of TV. Here's his Arsenal going with Troublemaker solid. He's trying to make a little trouble for Simonson early on.
And through the face a little bit from extra work for Gary on a 247.
I think as he started the tournament with 147.
Yeah.
And now he's here.
And he was on the verge of elimination. He had a dramatic last game of qualifying where he had to wait to shoot a 2-4-7-8-10 split. It was a little bit of a mechanical issue. He had to wait, made it. Then there was another small breakdown. He had to wait again. Eventually, that lane was shut down, and he and the people who were crossing was finished.
No. Too soon.
This is the best possible start for him as we look at this. Dude wipe. Spare.
Dude, indeed. And just
my goodness. That is a wicked line.
Clean.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I mean, he's basically thrown 3 shots. He didn't love any of them. He's clean. He's in the match. And he only needs to get started. Oh, boy. And this is part of what makes Simon one of the best in the game. One right and not landing. He knows what his equipment is off of each other. He makes a blind ball change. He hasn't thrown the shot. He's bowling all since the practice before the show. And starts up with a double. He's not afraid. Fearless. Never has been.
Yeah, I was just going to say the exact same thing. looking for his first win in 2025.
Same ball speed, same location, different bowling ball. BJ and Belmo might have been the best bowler over the last decade. This is the guy I think is the most talented, though. I've heard that said before. And I'm not going to disagree with you. Biggest toolbox? 100%.
See, Gary has not lost. Qualified 51st. Can't say no duty on the 7th.
I think clearly he called his own shot here. He just needs to get his feet underneath it.
All he needs to do is win one game. $10,000.
So he has made this. This was his 4th made cut in this event. In the prior Masters, he made cuts. He was eliminated. Boom, boom. 0-2, 0-2, 0-2.
That's right in the face. Well, you know, in 2013, he was the Eastern Region Rookie of the Year. He's experienced, but certainly not at this level.
And he hasn't even bowled that much this year. He had to go through the PTQ to get into the Delaware tournament in January. Did not make it. He was 34th there. Even in his area in New York, he has a job that keeps him quite busy. And he says there's barely any time to bowl nearly as much as he would like to.
We're riding on a I'm gonna crash.
He's left this in this event. No trouble at all.
Kudos. I mean, 2 tough spares. He's got one line. He's just got to get it off his hand a little cleaner. Everyone he hangs up.
Better. Now you're more aggressive. So I want you to think I'm like first 2 steps to the foot and getting this. Okay. Just go ahead and move a little bit rise more. Just
Dino Castillo certainly knows his way around the bowling center. And Simonson really hasn't varied the game plan, it looks like.
No, last was light shaker there, and that is just, he tried to freeze it up on it just a little bit more. If that one holds, Gary's in big trouble. So, Chris, since it's not built in, and the pattern hasn't developed to that, he does it with talent. He does it with rotation, speed rotation, the way he pushes it through the front part of the lane. Yeah, now the question is on that lane, he's got shaker, now he's got forepin. Do you move left off the softer shot, or do you move right off the shaker and try and really be firm at it? I would inch a little towards the end. I'd move a little in. Just a little. I think our moves is to move left. I think his actually is to be firmer. That looked pretty firm to me. That looked pretty good immediately, right? Yeah, like right as it passed his shoelaces.
Wow. 19.4 miles an hour rev over 500. Take a look at their record in this tournament. Strike percentage a little bit in favor of Simonson. Same the strike after strike percentage. Clean fade percentage also favoring the 3-time Masters champion with a solid performance. Obviously, for Gary Gaines to step into this arena undefeated.
I would say a lot of that was gained through qualifying, where Simonson qualified quite a bit higher.
Uh-oh.
I mean, he's still in this match, and the nerves are obviously pouring out at this point. There's no
The
way
Bill O'Neill
he tries to
medicine.
pretend to be calm. The adrenaline's just flying. Yeah, gets fast from the top, pulls it. Left shoulder goes forward, ball goes right.
Is that the first sign that somebody is affected by nerves as they go too fast?
Yeah, when timing gets off and misses become big. I mean, that's unusually big for a player of Gary's caliber, for sure. And so, the good news is he's still around and he has a chance to settle in.
And, well, Tommy might fix that up a little bit.
Get your legs under you. Let's go, Bo. No problem. That was a much better tempo.
Not a few shots a
Much
game.
better tempo.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, and he's right, because just to remind everybody that he can lose this game. You take a look at his wife and his father, their wife Lauren, dad Joe, and they look nervous too.
It's just not the same thing you've seen all the way through the match. Where he's been really good match after match after match, made guys show up, finished matches to win. He's done everything he's been asked to do and played at a super high level. It kind of looks like he's gotten to the point now where he's just kind of mad. And that might actually help. That should chase away some anxieties. Guys like Pete Weber and Tommy Jones have done that for years. Oh, boy.
Got a break, believe it or not.
You got to snowplow through them.
So it looks like he went with the move you were talking about, a little left, a little slower, but...
And then pulled it.
Yeah, he's left and left. Instead of a 1-1 or 1-0, that was a 1-2. And, the thing you can't do is give this guy any hope.
Precisely.
No, if you go back to his matches, he had so many matches that were 10-point matches. And that's what I think sets him apart in this generation. He's the best action guy. He's the best closer of this group of really top-tier players. He doesn't mind being in that moment. Seems to welcome it.
And that's been going on since he was a teenager. You go back to when he won this tournament at 19, he never shied from the spotlight.
Better shot.
That's as pure as...
Now, as long as he wins this game, we're still in it. We need to see Anthony. I want to see Anthony Simonson win his 7th major, 6th major, whatever number major he's winning. I think it's his 6th. Yeah, this is 6th.
Looking forward to watching a little rap.
A big Frozen 4 coming to St. Louis in a couple weeks. That's a big deal.
Let me get one.
And he's still within 19th. That's, hard to believe. He did get a couple of breaks early.
Good tempo.
But this lane here coming up has been his trouble lane, guys. He has yet to strike, and this will be the lane he finishes on. The left.
Really good tempo. Let's go.
It's close.
Shot. Got a whole nother game. Just get comfortable. Just get comfortable.
I mean, if you're listening to the words he's saying, he's already passed off. This first game's just a, hey, I know I'm going to be nervous on TV. I'm just going to get dialed in. I'm going to win the second game. But this game's not over. It's not.
He's had a few misses on 7 pins. Not this
A few
one.
misses at 7. It's not this. No, he missed it.
You think it's a psychological trick to try and take down the intensity and the adrenaline and all the pressure?
Yeah, I think he's trying to talk himself into it. Oh, 100%. And again, all he has to do is look in front of him.
Credit card fraud!
He didn't draw an average opponent.
Youngest player to win a major.
Looking for his first or second title.
19 years, 39 days. He'll become the youngest to win.
Clearly didn't like it. Didn't have a reason to.
And Simon's going to finish on that lane. Gary's going to get a chance to step up in the 10th.
No, he's got a...
And put a lot of pressure on Simon.
Simonson fell short of winning the Tournament of Champions last year against someone who threw a perfect game away with a gutter ball. No.
You see his body language. Ball got just past the arrows.
Now, as long as he strikes here, he can't get shut out.
Now he has a high light on that right lane that he's got to finish on. You might wonder why his spare ball looks so dull. Because it slips off when it's got all that polish on it, so he doesn't like having it super shiny.
There we go.
Can he do it a few more times in the 10th?
Yeah, well, it wasn't good footing. I'm almost tempted to throw the other ball on this lane.
Of course you would, because it's the 10th frame, yeah.
Not afraid.
Let's see what kind of pressure Haynes can put on Simonson.
This could be a $50,000 9th and 10th frame.
A $50,000? Not this time.
You see the lines up there. It got outside of target. I thought it was actually okay, but did not.
$50,000 9th and 10th frame. That's not going to win him $50,000. And that's not going to convert him to spare.
Not the whole game. That was until that frame. Count there is a big deal too. Simon doesn't have it completely dialed in on this right lane, and on the strike, even with the triple in the 10th, Simon's just going to need 9 on 2 shots. Right. Yeah. So count. Kind of a big deal right there. Ball change. Stealth mode. And not a very good result.
That's
not a bad idea, though, right? To try something a little bit different.
Yeah. Love the idea right until it leaves a split. Now you get thrown back with another question mark instead of an answer.
Well, if I'm him, I'm going to tear my Achilles hitting over to Dino Castillo to talk to him about what do I got to do here? What's your advice, pal? Because you've won some tournaments.
Slow hooked it.
slow hook.
So he did catch a piece of the fruit there, but that was basically another wind-up shot.
Yeah. So we will have another game between these two, and that will be it to decide the USBC Masters.
What about the outer limits?
If Haynes wins it, then he's winning the Masters. If Simo wins it, he's winning the Masters.
I think we could freshen up the outer limits.
Boy, he's not making shots on that right lane, is he, guys?
Go get it. Level.
Well, he's asked for one of his ball reps to go get him something else. So
and something my Hall of Fame wife has said many times, when you're throwing shots like this, your body telling you you're not comfortable. You're just not throwing the right thing, so you got to get out of it. You got to get to something different. Really need to make that better, so we got a free shot. I thought he was going to be on the first one. Okay, we're going to go to a level.
Yeah.
All right, urethane-ish. He's going to try and keep it right in front of him. This should be 2 or 3 right, probably. It's got a lot of surface on it, but I think this will keep it closer to the head pin. It's just going to try to jam it. Mm-hmm.
I will call that jam.
What do you think about that, Mr. Ball?
There's that. We just need one more game.
One game left for the USBC Masters Championship. Once again, like this last game, we will present it to you commercial-free. Anthony Simonson looking for number 4.
Commercial-free and proceeds to go to commercial break.
We are down to one game. We had 390 start the USBC Masters here in Allen Park, Michigan. And now it's down to Gary Haynes, Anthony Simonson, Uno Mas one more time for the championship. And just a couple of moments ago, we caught this conversation.
Stay within yourself. Take your good shots.
I got more comfortable closing in.
You definitely did.
Hey, we're going home with 50,000. Who cares at this point? Let's just have some fun.
Not a lot. Just wanted to give it a
That's Mike Martell, who was the runner-up in this event, to Anthony Simonson in 2023. A lot different looking Mike Martell. He has lost a lot of weight, is in great shape.
Wow, Mike Martell.
For his good friend and his roommate, Gary Haynes.
And let's get down to the floor and talk to Dino Castillo. Dino, real quick, what do you make of that mindset heading into this last game?
I just think the problem is what's going on with him is he's nervous. He's got to get the nerves out. He just trying to play it out like he's out in league. Trying to play it out like he's bowling a tournament. He's bowling the crowd. He's not bowling the tournament itself. He's worried about the whole atmosphere.
Well, Masters title and $50,000 makes a different guy.
$50,000 is the runner-up money. $100,000.
I'm sorry, Dave. Go ahead and finish your thought.
No, that was it. $100,000 for the winner.
The sky is gray, but there's no snow. There's no gray snow outside. It's all gasoline.
It's major. It is important. Go ahead and it is. Sniper.
Took him all that long.
It looked like he got hit by a taser. So the ball changes to a stealth mode, and this is a move towards the inside part of the lane, creating more angle. With that, his ball speed gets a little bit softer. Looks like that formed the 10-pin more than the sniper did. Just passed out.
Couldn't trip the 4-pin.
For Simonson on the run, and that ball has to lay there. It has to lay there, and I think he probably needs to bump it a little bit. I think this whole choice is based off scoring pace and what he anticipates Gary bowling. I don't think Gary's going to shoot 170 again, but I don't think Gary has reaction to shoot 220 or 30. So if he can control the pocket on the right lane.
Nice throw.
Damon, can we get them to stop cutting it in between grass? Because it's reflecting on the lane every time they change it up there. Can we get them to stop cutting shots like that? Every time the Fox logo comes up, it's blasted on the middle of the lane in my approach.
One of the many things you deal with on TV that you don't think about. But as he's standing there, the bright red Fox logo does reflect off where apparently he's targeting.
Take a look at there's the big picture of it, and you see if you look closely at the lanes, how it does reflect the different signages, I should say. And he got to him.
He never missed. He hasn't missed on this left
He
line.
never misses.
He will be finishing off.
Can you stop reflecting the Fox logo right in my fucking face, please?
Well, he has not changed it. It's right in the middle of our approach. Hey.
I didn't want to interrupt. But Gary's only hit the pocket on the right lane, so he's playing offense. I don't mind that strategy. I don't want to let Simo have a double in the 10th. And folks, I'll let you know a little secret that Chris told Dave and I during the commercial break. When Simonson made that ball change on the right lane, Chris said, if Simonson strikes twice with that ball change on the right lane, he wins.
He strikes twice, he wins.
Well, he didn't strike in the first frame, so he'll be up on that right lane next.
You get me, but I don't get you.
Every strike on the right lane's a three-bagger.
I don't get
So even with it open,
me.
you're looking at 220. I think 220 right now is going to be very hard for Gary to get to. He hasn't thrown enough really good ones yet to know what his ball is going to do on both lanes yet. But as we've seen in the other matches, it can turn in a real hurry. It'll look like he was dead, then he was through. And then he looked like he was fine, and then it flipped the other way. He can get Simonson. So can he get his feet underneath him and get a little bit comfortable?
How many breaks are these guys getting?
So is this, guys, kind of the reverse of what we saw with Bill O'Neill earlier, or Bill was afraid to go too far right, and we saw what happened when he did. This almost looks like the same thing, only the left-handed version.
I think there's some elements
I
of
don't
that.
get nothing anymore.
Yeah, I think he's really uncomfortable. That shoulder goes forward. It starts off somewhat on line, but it's coming from a different place because that shoulder's forward.
Nope. No. No.
That was the one right there.
This isn't what we are looking for.
See, the thing about Simonson and what he's doing on the right lane is he knows exactly what that ball's going to do on the right lane. He knows that if he keeps it in front of him, he can jam it to the 1-3, whether or not it strikes or not. But he knows what it's going to do. It's 100% predictable.
You get me, and I don't get you. The love ballad of DeeRonn, Booker, and friends.
In a few more frames. Or will Anthony be hanging with Mike Alby, which, by the way, is a great thing to do.
Yeah.
But Belmo sits atop at 4. USBC Masters.
Is that let me get one?
Explosive. Simonson on that left-hand lane.
It started to hook just a little bit earlier. He's starting to creep up. That was awfully close to going high. Just a little small adjustment, a little half maybe. A lot of shots over the same board in the last game and a half. Hasn't missed on that left. That was better.
Uh-oh.
Through the middle. And he'll have a 247.
They're trading hand in hand.
For 247. I did too.
They're trading hand in hand.
He's got to get that part. Now he's just got to get the direction better. It's so hard. Your head right now is spinning. The whole thing's going fast, and you need it to slow down, and you have a shot clock up there telling you got to go.
Oh, wow.
Wow. He missed them all.
You know, he had been a very good spare shooter today. And
very good spare shooter.
In the 4th frame, there's still time.
Very good spare shooter today.
That is a big miss, guys.
Yeah, between count and the miss, and psychologically, that's a very unusual thing for a player of Gary's caliber to do at any point. He's focusing on his physical game, I would imagine, right now, trying to get that dialed in, and now it's carried over to a spare ball and caused another error.
Is that better?
No, this is not going to look easy. Professionals usually do a very good job of this type of shot, but...
Very good type of shot. Watch him miss this, too.
Yeah, that was a move to left and left. And when he got it all the way to 5, I thought it might actually make it off of it, but he obviously feels like the middle lane's a little flat. He's got to get back out to the zone where Justin was at earlier.
5 for 5 this week.
Only got that one.
Thank you, Lane Top.
My head is starting to hurt again.
He won't let you lie to yourself or anyone else.
I gotta go back left. It's just taking this here.
You can't go back left.
I gotta go back.
No. I want you to go left.
You gotta go. No. Yes, go back.
You try to shake your legs. Stop that.
I didn't do that all week. For now, I'm trying to roll it. I'm just gonna go left and that's it.
Sounds like they want him to move back to the left and increase his ball speed, more like what he's done the entire week.
Shit! No!
Now, you guys have harped on his game plan about, as you said, both of you, about jamming it in. Is it time to try something different?
No.
Okay. Why not?
He doesn't need to. He's not being pushed. He doesn't have to throw 5 in a row, 4 in a row. That's just a bad break.
Can't get it. And now he's got to strike here and he can keep his lead. Or if he loses split, it's game over. Game over. See that? It's that left. It's that right lane.
That's where he finishes.
Yeah. Take a look at our
Chris,
board.
do you think he needs a change? At this point, I think you're bot committed to it.
You're bot committed.
Okay. I still think 2 strikes is enough. I just don't think he wanted it to be the last 2 on that lane.
No solid 9.
We all knew it was going to strike.
Perfect on the left lane. It does seem like it's creeping higher and higher, but a little small move there, I think. Yeah, maybe a half. And that's enough. This might be the shot of the match here.
Big boom.
Well, he moved back to the left and tried to fire it. Left shoulder shuts down, ball goes dead right. What a huge break to strike on Brookman. He's only trailing by 4, if you can believe it. He can take the lead right here. He can find a way to just settle it in. Can really flip the pressure back on Simon.
Blink! 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 He blinked.
It's a little light. He's got a single pin to shoot at.
Look bad out of his hands.
A single pin that he misses it and it's over. It's a singleton spare! Wait till he misses this.
Titles, money.
He missed it. And he missed it. He missed it. Jesus Christ. He missed it. He didn't miss this. Come on, Anthony. Keep a steady lead. If he blinks too much.
All right, the battle continues. Anthony Simonson versus the right lane.
That's spot on, Dave. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
To land a solid punch against that lane.
It's not making the shots. And now you're in a tough spot on that lane because if you want to make a change, it's blind.
Yeah, but we would all agree that he's done that a few hundred times before, made a blind change, even late in an important match. It's not out of the realm of possibility.
Correct spare. Now, you can say this left lane looks like it keeps trying to go. You gotta pinch another half. In my book, I think you have to pinch another half there.
I'm comfortable with wearing black. Like, I'm not comfortable.
So, what is it going to take you to feel comfortable?
Great question.
I want you to do me a favor. Before you go through that shot, you go to your wife, give her a kiss.
It's not a bad idea. All right, Simonson, left lane.
Oh, he did get it.
No!
Well, this thing is FFO.
You know what I mean? So I'm throwing that shot.
Far from over.
Split!
What you do?
I don't want to see Anthony Simonson get fucked out of another major title. There you go.
You kind of like cinch up your belt, roll up your sleeves, and go, you know what, I'm not going down without a fight.
This is Rocky and Apollo Creed, basically, right here.
Get ready to call timeout.
Well, am I out? We're good.
All right, got it?
There is a lot going on in that head.
Well, he didn't give his wife a kiss.
It was the Players' Championship, not the U.S. Open of 2019 when he got dropped out of it. Anthony Simonson won a U.S. Open in 2022. He beat the legend Norm Duke to do it. And here's Kane. Here's Gary. Blink and you'll miss it. Blink and you'll miss it. I think he's going to blink and miss it. No!
Not too many times do you get a messenger on a 5-5. In the 9-3.
What is it with the Brooklyn strikes today?
Runaway Brooklyn, caves the 5.
Yep. Make that the 8th frame. Here comes the 9th frame.
Take time out.
There you go.
Alright, you got away with a bunch of bad ones. Now just throw one good one. That's it.
No breaks, and I don't want you to do your viewer voting right now. I'm trying not bowling.
Come on, Gary.
Well, let's see.
One of the best of your life, right here.
Will the fist from Lauren make the difference?
It's not over even if he gets this, because Simonson's got to pull in some work. Uh-oh. No! Come on, Anthony, you got to step up for me.
I've seen a lot in my 25 years in the booth. And
All of them.
Simonson's got a strike here, guys.
he's got to throw a double to put some heat back on it.
Make him earn it. Nope.
It's hard to say. Unbelievable break.
Not quite.
He didn't one up right there.
It isn't over until you say it's over.
Wow. And either way, no matter what he does, Gary has ball in hand.
Yeah.
That was huge. But he needs to strike out in the 10th frame and put all the pressure back on Gary Haynes. It's one right here to make him mark, for starters.
Come on!
Yeah, that was a pretty good right jab right there.
That was an unfriendly strike.
Count is so important now that
Have a re-rack, please.
it's going to take a little bit to bowl this 10th frame now, I'm feeling.
I like the idea of a re-rack. It's going to slow him down a touch and an extra few seconds for Gary Haynes to think.
Yeah, let me give you some more time to think about it. Take a shot of the tournament for Simonson right here.
There's a dead one in the left gutter.
Simonson has struck on this lane in this game every time but once.
There's a dead one in the gutter.
In the field of play.
And I think all the time favors Anthony Simonson here, given his experience. But he still, as we've said 1,000 times today, he's got to execute.
Execute. Is that it? No! That's it.
Full shot through the nose.
That was
Unbelievable. 4 through the middle. Got it up the lane again, and this time he pays for it.
I mean, at least, I don't know if he's even going to get enough to force.
We sounded
Go for the count.
ball. He's going to have to go for this. And
that one shot.
Well,
holy smokes.
he forces.
Gary Haynes needs a mark.
Yep, a mark.
We could be that he's going to take re-rack. That's a very savvy move.
Split.
Right there.
Split, Gary. Split, Gary. Please, Gary. I want Anthony to win. Split. Split, Gary. Split, Gary. Split, Gary. Split, Gary.
One good shot.
Damn it, my Discord froze up.
He must mark. Any mark.
One good shot. That's it. One good. One good shot.
Please, Gary. Now he's gotta touch this.
By far his best shot of the game on that right lane. Yep.
Can you make it then, Pim?
It's incredible. It's a lot like the O'Neal one. And O'Neal shot 100 of them on TV. Gary has never shot one for a major.
And for $100,000.
It is a long,
No!
long way.
No! That's it, Gary! That's it, Gary!
Looks good.
No! Watch him strike.
And he gets 4.
He just needs 4.
The moment of the match is brought to you by Pilgrims. Chicken can be boring, but Pilgrims is
No!
upside down. I love it. You love it. Put
Get
it.
2! Get 2! Get 2! Lose! Get 2! Get 2!
Dad
Please, get 2!
and his wife. Gary Haynes is the Anthony Simonson very gracious there.
All it took was a kiss, guys.
Go grab the trophy, Gary.
Dino might be opiate psychology practice.
Yeah, I don't know of any other ball reps in the time that I've been doing this that have suggested, let's go kiss your wife. And it'll help you out, because it did.
Instead of throwing it straight and hard, he curves it at the 10 pin to win the 2025 Masters. Wow.
And Kimberly's got him.
With a trophy presentation, I'd like to introduce Anthony Colangelo, USBC Board of Directors. Will you please do the honors?
Sure. Gary, congratulations from the million members of the United States Bowling Congress, the staff and board of USBC. Congratulations on winning the 2025 Masters.
Gary, you fought hard for that. Walk us through the moments in the 10th when you knew that you needed to make that spare and then 4.
Let's just face back, I just bowled 2 awful games. But Dino was like, go kiss your wife and loosen up. And right at the right time, threw the best shot right there. And I couldn't have thrown any better that first shot in the 10th. I thought it struck. I mean, I pured it. So at least I earned it in the end. I may not have earned it early, but at least I earned it in the end, I feel like.
You are a steam plant operator from New York, and a childhood dream just came true for you. You didn't just win a PBA Tour title, you just won a major. Put into words this moment.
There are no words. After Wednesday night, this was just clearly my week. I mean, I got every break possible that match. And I know I did. I know I threw it the worst 2 games. I threw it when I needed it. And we're here, and we won, and it's amazing.
When it's your night, it's your night. Now let's talk about the fact that you took a moment in the 8th to give your wife Lauren a kiss. Your mom and dad are here. What does it mean to have their love and support in this moment for you?
It means everything. The support I had out of here, it's crazy.
Congratulations, you are a Masters champion.
It's crazy.
Go give your wife and parents a big hug.
Yeah, mom and dad there. There's Lauren. And for mom and dad, for sports parents watching it.
Get ready for the big scream.
By far, an unlikely champion for the 2nd year in a row. DeeRonn Booker in 2024, Gary Haynes in 2025. Guys, this was one of the wildest telecasts I can ever remember either watching or being a part of.
Yeah, I'm with you there. It was one of the biggest underdogs that we've ever had in a major championship. And look how this thing ended.
Well, Randy, I'll see you next week. Yeah, Chris Parks, thank you so much for being with us for these past couple of days. CBA bowling coverage comes your way next weekend on FS1 beginning Friday at 6:30 Eastern. It's the PBA Junior National Championships. Then it's 2 days of coverage of PBA All-Star Weekend presented by Cubica AMF. Saturday at noon Eastern, it's one-handers versus two-handers.
Thank you, Qualify.
And Sunday at noon Eastern, it's the Strike Derby all on FS1. Up next is MLS Soccer's St. Louis City FC versus Austin FC. For Randy, Chris Barnes, Kimberly Pressler, and our amazing crew, we thank them so much. I am Dave Lamont. You've been watching a memorable USBC Masters telecast, the PBA on Fox. See you next week.
You don't know what that means?
This is it.
We grab the camera and we scream.